related to this question is, would the same happen when we look up? And so let's touch on that.
Well, if you're too far up like that, yeah, then you're also, when you look up like this, you end up dragging your larynx upwards. And when you tuck your chin down like that, you end up depressing your larynx. So that can be tricky. Now, I don't know if you pulled this question or not, but I'd seen it pop up on the screen. Somebody said there are some teachers that advocate a slightly elevated chin for belting. And they're correct. That does. And I do it too, because what happens is when you slightly elevate your chin, you slightly shorten the vocal tract and it gives you an acoustic boost.
Yeah,
So if you've
that.
got a singer who's trying to get brightness and they're tucking their chin, getting them to let it be neutral or up will give them that brightness. Um, and if you're with a rock singer and they're leaning up into their mic and they're getting really tight vowels, getting your chin up can help a little bit, because if your chin's tucked, you can't get the same thing. But you have to be in control of that. It's got to be a choice that's like, oh yeah, this is like singing up to the universe, and so having my chin up on that bright high note, that's cool, but I'm in control and I can tilt it right back down to neutral when I need it.
Right.
Right. So yeah, so up too far up when you're not in control of it, it can drag your larynx up, which can be problematic. Too far down when you're not in control of it can tuck your larynx down and lock it and it won't tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Neutral should be your Goldilocks zone, right?
Yeah.
From which you choose to depart in whatever way makes sense.
Excellent. Do you want to grab Patty LeBone back there for us?
Yeah, we can.
I'm gonna. I'm seeing. We've been going at this for a little while. So in my swivel chair, I'm gonna swivel my spine and loosen up a little bit. But I think this is really great. And because one thing that's valid with all three of these questions is you mentioned how those vertebrae right up there can actually, in the wrong position, apply pressure into the larynx and inhibit
Yeah.
your vocal function.
Yeah, because they're right there. I mean, if the cervical vertebrae are right there, the larynx is right here. Now,
Yeah,
if we go
people.
back to the bisected head,
Yeah, we think there's more space. We tend to think there's all this space in here, but actually, the vocal tract, the trachea, and the esophagus, they can collapse almost completely. So it's like right next to the spine there.
yeah. And I mean, they're not that big. Now, I mean, it's kind of gross, but I in the cadaver lab they gave us the opportunity to remove a head and to look at it, and so I've done the dissections in there. You got to remember, people donate their body to science because they want us to do this. That's the only way I got through that day. But I was desperate to know what was really going on in there because I was tired of the myths. And I had so many people that say, well, you should feel backspace. Well, should is always a problem because I think you might feel backspace. But people would say, move it in the back. And I was like, I literally think there's nothing there. I want to have a real head to be able to look at. Had I known I could have bought the model, I might have done that instead. But at that point, I didn't know. So, but this is exactly what we got when we were done.
Yeah.
Is this spine is right here, and I had a teacher who swore that you move stuff in backspace in the back, and I took her and had her go stand next to the head, and she put her finger in there, and she went, "You're right. Like there's literally nothing.
There's no.
Not,
So
there's nothing.
yeah,
It's a solid bone. Now look, if you're singing like a god and you are happy and you feel backspace, I'm with you, and I will tell you to use that backspace all day long. But if you're trying to learn to sing with backspace and you're going, this doesn't work, your tongue shoved down your throat, you're uncomfortable, I'm here to tell you, you can't literally move anything backwards. It doesn't
yeah,
happen.
yeah,
So that's to me about this fact-based pedagogy is it's not that we throw out successful things for successful singers, but when and another singer tries to apply that idea to their own body and it doesn't work, we've got to sit back and look at the facts and go, look, that's not really what it does. It's
yeah,
great that you can grab onto that, but you don't grab onto that. So let's find the thing that actually does work for you. And in all reality, all we have to do is just relax and get out of the way. The
yeah.
throat is open in its natural state of being. There are no muscles that open the throat. There's only muscles that constrict the throat, the constrictors. And so we need to get those out of the way and let the throat be
Yeah.
open. Anyway.
Brilliant. Just you're just speaking from my heart, man. It's just all like you said, if somebody imagines backspace because they're imagining it, there is no backspace, but it helps them, and they have some kinesthetic sensation going on there that's what they follow. Great for them, And I had professional, really famous teachers, famous singers saying you got to do it this way and you got to feel this way, and after I was really confused and watched a lot of other students working with them who had amazing voices quit and get frustrated. because just because it feels this way for one singer does not mean it's going to feel this way for you. It's very individual. So I really appreciate that you touched on that. Let me pop up our next question here.